It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back to review The Shy. This is season 4, episode 8, Love Jones. Okay, full disclosure, y'all. I have been a little frustrated with seasons 3 and 4 of The Shy since the major shakeup that happened in season 2. But I've decided to consciously not bash the show as much, okay? Because it's just entertainment. So let's try to take some nuggets. Let's try to provide commentary. Let's just try to have a different experience with the show, okay? So that is what we're going to be doing. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I am on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Please, if you are watching me and enjoy me at any point in time, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Click the notification bell just in case I do a premiere, a live, or any other content. I do things from cooking, I do things from makeup, hair, movie reviews, TV recaps, and the like. If you like me, just subscribe. Okay. Also, you can catch a panel of commentary on The Shy on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Lamont Tyson's channel. We do a live YouTuber panel where we talk about the issues and the plot points, breaking it down, and all of the like. I love to see you in the comments. Make sure you check us out Monday nights for The Shy and Power, maybe. I don't know. Power on Tuesday, maybe the schedule may change. But we will be reviewing Power and The Shy on Lamont Tyson's channel. Check us out there. All right, links in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into this review. So the episode opens where Emmett gets a text from Keisha, I believe, and saying that our movie is on. So our movie is on. So he's turning on the TV, and what does he see? He gets on the phone. He calls Keisha because I think she got distracted with the baby or whatever, and they are watching Love Jones. Yes, they're watching Love Jones, and I will talk a little bit more about this in the Real Talk segment at the end. Make sure you stay tuned. Of course, Emmett says something dumb, and Keisha hangs up the phone on him. So, okay, so he's getting bored. So he asks Tiff, where's she at? So then we see Kevin on the phone talking to Layla, I believe, leaving her messages. This is a second message. Keisha was like, stop being thirsty. He was like, I'm not being thirsty. She was like this, you are being thirsty. Then he was asking her, like, who do you think, would you go for me or would you go for Jake? And then she was like, I can't call it because you my brother. I don't look at you like that. He was just like, no, you want to say Jake. You want to say Jake. And so they kind of get into this little back and forth about why women want bad boys or want people to treat them bad or like a challenge or whatever. But you know I ain't about that life. But anyway, that was the conversation. And at the end of the day, Kevin was like, that's your problem. And it is women's problem that we out here looking stupid. Stop it. Do better. Then because Emmett texts Tiffany, Tiffany calls him back talking about she's drunk. She'll be home in the morning. Now, do you see who in the background? Yeah, that nigga. Dante. Dante's in the background being hella disrespectful. And I don't blame Dante. I blame Tiffany. Tiff is wildin', young. She is fucking wildin'. So I'm not here for it. They was taking it to a level of disrespect. And Emmett going off in that moment, I don't mind it because it was hella disrespectful. And so at the end of the day, they deserved it. That nigga's stomach hurting again. So Papa looking at some pictures of his queen, my queen. Shout out to Jay Moore. Looking at his queen in his phone. Jake looking, talking about, oh, she look good. And he was like, don't be talking about she look good because she got on makeup and got filters on. She been looking good and all this other stuff. So I was like, oh, I mean, yeah. And he had a point, but at the same time, I was just like, he did kind of go real far with that one. Tiff doing the walk of shame into the house. Emmett sitting there with no clothes on, no shirt on, rather, cooking breakfast for her. We seen him cooking grits, eggs, bacon, all the fixings, coffee, everything. Toast with the melted butter on the side. So, you know, you got the orange juice on the table. So, yeah, he did it up. And so Tiffany looking at him like, what the fuck? Because I didn't think that this is what we were going to get. But when I saw it, I said, this is Emmett's last attempt. He is about to be out if, you know, things don't change. And so he was just like, yeah, he was like, you can go out there and be fucking on all these niggas, let them sweat your perm out, but I'm the only one to know how to take care of you the way you want to get taken care of. And at the end of the day, I be sitting up there like, okay, nigga, you might do this once a year, maybe my birthday, maybe Valentine's Day, I don't know. But nigga, this is not no everyday occurrence, so I'm gonna need you to cut it the fuck out. So I forgot to mention that because Maisha was getting some hate, which you're always gonna get in her comment section. Jake advised Papa to go see his queen. Go see his queen. Make sure she's doing okay. You know, give her some positive words. And so that's what he does. So I guess Jake is sitting there fake trying to do some work. Trig walks in and he's like, I don't know why you doing all that because I guess his grades are coming in mediocre, average at best. And so he was just, you know, like getting on his case. He was like, he said, don't crush my dreams. And he was like, so then he ended up changing the subject about, you know, what he's going through with Kevin. And he's saying, you know, don't let no girl come between you and your boy. Then Jake takes the time to bring up Rashad. And he was like this, well, you want me to make up with my boy, you make up with your boy. And you know, that's how we're going to do that. Let me know when you holler at Shaw, and I'll let you know when I holler at Kevin. So I don't know why Kevin is there so early in the morning, but him and Emmett is there at Smokey shooting the shit. And he was like, I need some relationship advice from Papa. He was like, why you asking Papa? Because Papa shit ain't even good. Maisha broke up with him. And as soon as he say that, Papa walks in the restaurant. And he was like, man, why you call me down here? It's too early. Ain't nothing going on. He was like, I came here to ask you for some information. He was like, well, at least you could pay me for my expertise. I already eat here for free. So he was like, oh, no, don't be trying to throw that shit up in my face because your shit already fucked up. I was like, that nigga learned that shit 5 seconds ago. He done already threw it up in Papa's face. Get out of here, Emmett. Don't make no damn sense. So basically, you know, they're just trying to tell him, like, you know, try to put your best foot forward and see how I go. And, you know, that's that or that. Ain't much to say about it. We see Keisha and Christian getting a little closer, talking about you missed me and da-da-da-da. All of these things. So now, Papa had a conversation with Kevin talking about, I need you to go over to Maisha's house, get her to come to this thing that I'm going to do for her. Please, please, please go over there and talk to her. So he goes over there and talk to her. He realizes that she's going through something. And so she invites him in to have a little sit down and talk. And they talk. And, you know, she basically was telling him about her insecurities and how she really needs to, you know, she projects a confidence But at the same time, internally, she doesn't feel it because of society norms and what, the standard of beauty is or whatever. So she is trying to work through and feel the way that she's projecting herself to be. But at the end of the day, he heard her out. He invited her to the party, and so we'll pick up there. All right, this scene we see Trig coming into Smokey's to get the girls some food. So he's ordering all this food. Emmett doesn't want to take his money. Trig says, "No, I'm here for the black community. I support black businesses." He's like, "Your money ain't good here." He's like, "Nigga, take this money. I know you need it. You ain't giving out no free food for everybody." All right, so then they talking about what they going through. Emmett unloads and tell him that he having some problems at home, that he got an open marriage now, and that he wants Tiff to stay home and choose him more, but she's not. And he was just like, he was comparing himself to Dante, and he was like, "This man, that nigga got money." He was like, "I ain't got money like that. I mean, we all right, but I ain't got money like that. That nigga got money." He was like, "No, you got home court advantage. Only you can treat her the way she wants to be treated. She married you, right?" So then he told him that, and then I guess that's when he, one step up. And what is this we see? Christian gets some company at the thrift shop, the hood shop, and Keisha is sitting over there looking like, "Oh, who is this?" So she peeping all the game. All the game. Listen, ladies, men do this. They have women come up to them and good girlfriends that they're good and platonic with and want to, show some PDA or some kind of something to the effect where his stock rises thinking that other women want him. And most of the time those just be his homegirls. But it still gets the same rise. You see what I'm saying? He's basically just telling her that that's a homegirl that he went to school with. And she's like, "Well, did you date her?" He was like, "Yeah, when we was young." And he was like, "Anything over 18 don't count." And she was like, "Well, I got somebody that, I used to mess with back in the day, and he's still trying to fuck." And he's like, "What?" She was like, "Never mind, Emmett." Now, I don't know if this is outside of Smokey's, but he ran up on Gemma talking about he loved her and he want to give it another try. And I don't care if you were Jake and whoop-de-whoop. I was like, Kevin, what? After what she did? And then she was just like, yeah, I guess I'm flattered. But at the same time, that's harassment. I have a choice to say I don't want to be with you anymore. And even if it's messy, I still have that right. And so she was just like, "I'm sorry it was messy." And pretty much, bye, Kevin. So Emmett knocks on the door. Tiff walks to the door. She's like, "Why you ain't use your key?" So he came in because he had just seen Love Jones, and that's their favorite movie. Everybody loves Love Jones. He's coming in acting like Darius. So he's playing Lorenz Tate, and Tiff is eating it up. She's like, "Oh, we about to play Love Jones." And so she was so here for it. It was so cute. It was a cute moment. And let's see. Now Keisha is getting all these text messages from Christian showing him his childhood, his younger pictures. And she's looking through it while she's feeding the baby. And everything's just nice and all good. And she's smiling and all of that. The next thing you know, she calls him. He picks the phone up right away. And she was like, "Oh, so you just gonna pick up the phone just like that? You just gonna..." And he was like this, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be sitting up here like acting like I don't like somebody when I like somebody." And so she said, "You putting all your cards out there?" He said, "Yeah." I think this scene was just Papa and Kevin trying to get this party together. Although I think Kevin asked Papa about trying to... Oh no, Papa asked how did the whole confession to Gemma work out, and he was like, basically, When a girl break up with you, she broke up with you. So when they was on the phone, Christian asked her out on a date. He said he was going to surprise her. She said she don't like surprises. Then she rethought it again. She was like, okay. You can surprise me. And so he surprises her. He comes over her house on a motorcycle, picks her up. Then we see Emmett and Tiff. And they are, Emmett is picking Tiffany up. And they getting ready to start their night on the town. Then we also see Maisha heading to the party. And she's seeing all these people just standing outside. And then she sees a poster with her name and her pictures on it. So she's like understanding what is going on. Then she goes in there and talks to Papa and like, why you got all the people sitting out there? They need to be in here so the party will be popping by the time I get here. He was like, man, Kevin, you don't know shit. And then Kevin looked like, what the hell? It was so funny. It was cute. Emmett and Tiff are at a comedy show in the front row, no less. So you know where you don't want to be in a comedy show is sitting in the front row. So this nigga sitting up here disrespectful AF. Like, I mean, coming hard, talking about them, talking about their relationship, asking them all these questions. Emmett's like, nah, we good. The first thing, they came out the house, they said, you Darius, I'm Nina. First thing, when the comedian asked what's your name, he's like, her name Tiff. I was like, you broke character like a motherfucker. Why are you telling him her name? You know, so he was being hella disrespectful, but they was just trying to swat it off, bat it off, or whatever. So, of course, once the party gets started, Maisha got a dance for her man, Papa. Kevin is over there sulking, looking crazy. Papa comes over and like, stop looking like a wet dog. He was like, oh, your girl dancing with another nigga. So he sees Maisha dancing with somebody that looked quite nice. Looked better than Papa to me. I mean, I love Papa, but yeah, I was just like, okay. He went over there and introduced himself and talked about what you got business with my lady. And then Kevin sees Gemma walk in. He thought she was by herself. And then he sees Jake. And his whole plan just kind of blew up. First thing he did was find a girl to dance with. And dance he did do. I was not mad at him. I said, good move on you. Good. That's a good look for you, Kevin. That's a good look. Okay, so maybe Keisha was coming back from the bathroom or something. But Christian had his cell phone in his hand. As soon as Keisha came, he put it away immediately. And I did not have no red flags for that boy until that happened. But for some reason, I want to say it might have been that light-skinned girl. Don't know, but it did seem a little sus. And then she asked, who you texting? As soon as she sat down, who you texting? He was like, oh, my roommate. She was like, okay, I trust you. So now he done said, trust me like 3 or 4 times in the episode until this point. And then all of a sudden she said she trusts him. I was like, oh no. Like all the red flags in my spidey senses keep going up. And I'm like, oh no, I hope this is not what I think it is. So anyway, they get to listening to the spoken word, and the words that the woman is saying is penetrating Keisha in her heart, and she gets triggered and she runs out, and Christian runs out after her, and he was like, is there anything I can do? Can I hug you? She was like, I just need some air. And so he wanted to comfort her, and she let him. So now that Papa done made a fool out of himself, he's sitting over in the corner sulking while she's sitting over there with her new boo. Okay, so anyway, while Kevin is dancing with his girl, Jake then clocked Gemma the Jezebel, looking over at Kevin while he dancing with the girl. And when I tell you that girl was dancing with him, she was giving him Now, Christian takes Keisha to his house, and there are a couple of frames in this sequence where it looks blurry, like somebody's looking at them through a window, through some type of something. And they did it a couple times throughout the sequence, but then we also had some clear shots where they're in there. He's asking for permission. You know, the more and more I think about it, he might be trying to let her get her guards down in order to do something, and I'm hoping that's not the direction that they go into with this. But Keisha was having a good time, and I felt so good for her in that moment. But that little glimpse of somebody kind of looking at them and spying in on them just kind of made me uneasy. And she just went through so much. I just don't want her to go through anything else right now. So I'm not here for it. Meanwhile, across town, Emmett and Tiff are getting their groove on at a little Jamaican little party. And, it's just like Love Jones. And, she like, this was a really nice day. He was like, was? He was like, I ain't finished. And I was like, okay, I hear you. Like, I'm here for what Emmett was serving. Just if it was on a regular basis, then when maybe we could talk. But not when you just trying to get me back, because usually that's what it is. They try to get you. Once they got you, they on some bullshit. But yeah, so I was here for Emmett with that little bit of whatever he was giving. I feel like Jake's still pissed because he seen Gemma looking over at Kevin. And so, he was like, do you want something? She was like, no. And so he left, and I guess he's going to get a drink or he's going to get whatever. And Maisha takes the time while Jake is away to come over to Gemma and like, bitch, I knew you wasn't shit. She was like, what you talking about? She was just like, why are you playing them boys against each other? She was like, I'm not. She was like, do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? So somehow, some way, Jake ends over by Kevin, and he pretty much apologizes, and they kind of make up. And I mean, it just is what it is. It don't take much for boys. I guess, it's okay. So they dap it up, and that's what it is. And then Maisha is looking over at Papa because Papa gets up there and gives a speech for her about giving her flowers and her roses right now while she deserves it. And, she's his queen. And so she goes up there and takes her flowers and all of that. So that was cute, cute, cute. So Keisha's is still just taking a look around his house, getting a feel, getting a lay of the land. She finds a camera. She says, let me take a picture of you. He was like, I don't really take pictures. She was like, come on, I'll make you look good. He went up there. He took some snapshots, and, we're still following the Love Jones, even though we don't know we following the Love Jones, and that's just what it is. All right, so as the party wraps, Maisha and Papa are sitting talking, and she's pretty much saying the same thing that she said to Kevin about her insecurities, and he's saying that, you're in your purpose, so you're going to have haters. You need to have haters. And what she is saying to him is that even though she is coming off as confident, she needs to feel it internally the way she projects it. So she was saying the reason why she split from him was for her to work on herself, because at the end of the day, outside validation can drop you like a hot potato and make you feel like shit. So at the end of the day, you need to work on yourself, ladies. It's a self-love journey. You don't need no validation from men. I've seen it. I've seen it. So, yeah. So she is doing the right thing, even though it sounds like it's coming off wrong. People who don't take in consideration other people's perspectives, then that's where that becomes a problem. So now we have Gemma the Jezebel, the homie hopper, that girl, talking to Kevin. Kevin was saying that, she was basically confessing that she was jealous. And Kevin is admitting that he's jealous. And he was like, because we're each other's first love, it's going to be awkward all the time to see us with other people. And he was just like, look, at the end of the day, I just want you to be happy. But if something go left, don't expect for me to be here waiting on you, because I'm going to have somebody. Period. Christian takes Keisha home. It is pouring down raining, just like in the movie Love Jones. Yes. So, she was like, she had a nice night. Everything was wonderful. It felt like she got a little piece of her old self back. And she was getting ready to go in the house, and he kind of like pulled her back just a little bit. And she was looking at him, and he was looking at her. And next thing you know, he leaned in for a kiss. It wasn't aggressive. He leaned in for the kiss, and he got it. And it was cute. Meanwhile, across town, Emmett takes Tiffany to this spot. She doesn't even know what the spot is about. She's not even thinking about it. She's not sentimental about it. He's reflecting on his relationship with her. This is where we first met. And he breaks it down to her. Then next thing you know, like, she's talking, and all of a sudden she turned around. He on his knee, trying to propose to her, re-propose marriage, the marriage that he wants. And, you know, and he said, I want to close our marriage up. And Tiffany face, Lord, if it didn't say it all, if it did not say it all, she was like, well, I like the arrangement that we have. I bet you do, bitch. I bet you do. But anyway, Emmett said, I'm not going to be able to do this I can't do it no more. I can't do it. If you don't want to just be with me, then I don't want to be married to you any longer. And Tiff had the stupid look on her face, and Emmett closed that box, and I was just like this. Yes. Yes. I'm glad he gave it a good old try, because he fucked up. So I wouldn't expect anything less of him. And the fact that he actually did it was real admirable to me. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was for himself. It wasn't really for Tiff. But, you know, whatever. So that's it, y'all. So let's get down to some real talk. The real talk that I want to just say, just briefly on the commentary, I just want to say that I hope Christian is not a creep. You know, people call him simp because he's a good guy. And I believe men are socialized not to be good guys. Look, I hope he ends up being a good guy. Now, as far as Kevin, Gemma, Jake, and Papa, and Maisha is doing right by trying to get into herself and work on herself and not worry about external validation. And like I said, I already said it in my commentary when we were going through the episode, so I'm going to leave it there. Kevin should not give Gemma the time of day. He shouldn't even give Jake the time of day either. But, you know, bros over hoes, I guess. Whatever. Papa, you have free license to be there for Maisha or to move on with your life. Whatever you decide, that's what you decide. Tiff and Emmett. Tiff, you wrong. You foul. Emmett, he gave it his all, and that's it. So I don't know what you're going to do with the ultimatum, but it is what it is, and I stand by what Emmett has done. I think that's it. So anyway, y'all make sure y'all rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, and make sure you come back next week for the next review and recap of The Chi. Mwah!